Michella Chester here for NCAA Digital. I have Dana Rettke here with me today, the 2021 D1 Women's Volleyball National Champion. Dana, you came back for your fifth season as Badger. One last go around, you become the first five-time first-team All-American ABCA National Player of the Year. And then the sweetest part, Wisconsin wins its first national championship. Could you have written it up any better than this to go out on this note?
Yeah, absolutely not. Everything has just been a whirlwind from the beginning of the tournament. I think we started playing our best volleyball right around then, towards the end of the Big Ten season. So we knew we were really rolling into the tournament. And I've been saying for a while, like, it's one thing to really think that you're going to win a national championship and fight for that and all that. And then there's and the other side of that is like actually being a national champion. And it's just incredible. And I think we're all kind of still on that high right now. Just really living in the moment. But yeah, no, this year has been absolutely insane. Couldn't have written it out any better. And I'm just so thankful I get to spend it with this team. We just have such a special team, such a unique mix of both veteran and young players. And I'm just so proud how everyone came together, worked so hard, and we finally did it.
You finally did. You do a good job, Dana, of holding your emotions together. You always hold it together so well, but the emotions must be so high. You played your last match in a Badger uniform, all of your dreams coming to fruition. Can you try and put those emotions into words?
Yeah, so I guess when the final ball dropped, I really kind of had this vision in my head of like me dropping to the ground and crying and like dog pile. And just the way that it played out, I just kind of was in like complete shock. Um, and so I think that's kind of still where I'm at right now. Just like we did it. It hasn't really sunk in yet. It's just crazy. Honestly, such a whirlwind of emotions. But I would say that the most glaring emotions right now are just whole lot of gratitude, whole lot of joy, whole lot of excitement. Um, just a lot to be thankful for right now.
You mentioned your teammates, 5 years with your roommate and setter, Sydney Hilly, one of the biggest groups of super seniors to do it this year. I'm so happy that this group got to go out on that note, but what's it like to do it with each other?
I don't think I have the words for that right now, honestly, either. It's been just so incredibly special. We've been grinding for the past 5 years, and it hasn't been a super easy journey. And I don't think any team has gone through a perfect, easy journey. Just for us with this group, with how close we are, with how all of us supported each other in those decisions to come back, and all of us were really just wanting the best for each other, and like this is what was best for us. Um, and we come out national champions. It's just incredible, and I love those. I love that group of just strong, confident women more than anything, and we're really gonna have a special bond for life now. So it just says so much about our program, says so much about our players. It's a really special group of super seniors. That's for sure.
I saw that video of Coach Kelly Sheffield on your story. Complete disbelief watching you guys dogpile at the end. You said nothing could describe this journey better than this. It's the kind of stuff that gives you chills.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think I watched that video like 20 times over just because like everything, everything. For however long Kelly has been coaching, for however long we've been on the team, it all comes together in that moment. And I think that's also why I was in such complete shock at the end too, just because like everything came together. You always hope it comes together. You always work for it to come together. So when it actually does, it's just words don't do it justice.
3 years in the making. Why this group?
Yeah, I was actually talking to Sydney Hilly on the trip, and we were like, we've done all combinations of things in the Final Four. We've won in the Final Four. We've lost in the Final Four. The only thing that we have to do is win the national championship. And I just think that this team was ready. This team was mentally locked in, playing really high level volleyball. People stepped up in huge moments. Um, no one had to play a perfect game. And I think that was something that we were really kind of riding on this whole time, because there's just so much talent on the floor, so much love, so much joy. Just hearing how excited people are to watch us play because they see how much fun we have with each other and how much fun we have just being on the floor together. I think there's so many things that came together in year three, third time's a charm. But I would say for sure, I think we were really mentally ready for that moment.
It was a slow start in that first set. Kayla Caffey was cruising for Nebraska. Then the blocks started coming up so big. Most blocks by a team in a championship game. Anna Smrek offensively. Jade Demps was a huge X factor. Can you talk about what the big change was after that first set?
Yeah, the first set, I think everyone kind of felt like we didn't really have that like fun competitive spirit on the floor. We kind of were playing maybe with a couple of little jitters and just trying to figure out the flow of the game. And I think that caught up to us pretty quick. So after that first set, the whole team came together. Coaches were doing their thing, and we were like, "Hey, we need to remember that like this is the time of our lives. Like it does not get any better than this. So we need to go out onto the floor. We need to have some fun. We need to bring that joy. We need to like hype each other up." And I think once we get into that headspace, that like competitive edge I kind of talk about, finding that perfect balance between competing really hard, but also having so much fun and joy with each other, that's when we're at our best. And I think we really flipped that switch after the first set. And like you said, we had some huge people step up in those moments. I mean, in the fifth set, Jade Demps, the shots she was hitting from the back row was insane. Anna, obviously MVP of the tournament, a freshman MVP of the tournament, and she just owned it. She owned it from point one against Louisville. And so it was just, I'm so proud of our younger kids, Devin too. I mean, they stayed so strong in those big moments, and they were a huge factor. And I think that's also why this team is so special, is while we have that mix between experience and inexperience, I think everyone is ready to compete for each other. And so yeah, they were ready to go. That's for sure. Super proud of our younger kids, for sure.
And the one person I can't say enough about, Lauren Barnes. She's insane. I just want you to touch on how good of a player she is and how much of a difference she made for this title.
Oh my gosh. I mean, she's the best in the business. I played club with Barnes. We played together our 16s and 17s year, and just seeing how she's grown and developed, she's always had that feisty, fiery spirit. And I always say, to be a libero, you got to be a little crazy, and she's definitely that, in a good way though. Just incredible. She was making crazy reads. She was just doing her thing, and I think you just saw in her face how much she wanted it for this team. And you can't ask for anything more in a teammate.
What is your plan for the future, both in the volleyball and personal sense?
Yeah, so I'm going to be playing professional volleyball in January. I still got to figure all that out. It's coming up pretty quick, but I think that might be what today is for.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll be doing that starting in January. Crazy to think that Madison won't be my home anymore, but I'll always have a home here. But yeah, so I think that's that. I also have been, for this whole semester, I've also been working a part-time job. So I'm going to keep doing that. That's been really fun, and really, just getting some more tools in my tool belt. And I think I'm going to keep up with that just because it's something different. I work for a reinsurance firm,
Okay.
which is insurance for insurance companies. Super exciting stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I'm someone who likes to capitalize on all opportunities. If anything comes my way and I can fit it in my schedule, I definitely try to do that. So we're keeping our options open. I'm just kind of living in the moment and seeing where life takes me. But one thing I know for sure is that I'll be playing pro in January, somewhere. Just
Somewhere.
yeah.
Well, Dana, it's been an honor to cover your career, such a marvelous career, and now a national title. I'm so happy for you, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's been so fun. So much fun.